Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Voxel Tycoon. I'm going to go ahead and hit play here. We'll stay on single level speed. I'm going to actually pay off 25 grand more debt. We're down to 525. And then we'll save the rest of that cash just in case we need it. So last episode, what did we do besides make some mistakes? We got our iron bar processing going. And we wrestled a little bit with conveyor belts and things, and you can watch the end of that episode to learn the details of how we set this up. But it's all working now. And then we saw a bunch of messages here that, wow, look, we've got all these vehicles that are unprofitable. And we learned that it was related to the initial default setting when you purchase a truck. I'll show it one more time here. When we go to buy a truck, take this ore truck here. The initial cargo setting is going to be automatic. So if you tell it to go to a transfer station or a freight station and load up, it's going to load up whatever ore is available there. It's not going to pay attention to where it's going and what that destination freight station needs. It's just going to pick up whatever it wants, I believe. So we want to make sure when we're doing the new trucks, at least early on, that we pick the ore and we specify what we intend to be delivering. And so as a result of that, I'm just going to cancel out of this and go to our fleet. We had a route. I think it was only one or two routes that had this problem. Now let me sort these by route name. If I go up here, click on route, and then to the right of it, there's a way to sort. I'll just click that. Now we're all sorted by routes. And because of the way we named our routes, we can see that this should be transferring coal, and then we can see what it currently has in its cargo. So that all matches up nice. The wood. We see they're all carrying wood. That all matches up nice. Wood looks good. Iron and iron looks good. All this coal, same thing. Everything looks great. Well, what we had a problem. I think it was this route here, iron ore to Somersville. This was stopping at a freight station that also had coal. And so these trucks were filling up with coal, going to another freight station that was expecting iron, trying to unload. They couldn't unload it. And then they just kept driving around with coal. So they became totally unprofitable. It was more than one route, but I think that was one of them. So what did I do to go fix it? I kind of messed around in the vehicle dialogue here, trying to find a way to change what they were holding or what they were storing. I couldn't figure out a way to do it. Can't really click on this thing. So I went into the route and I edited the route. And if the route started with the word coal, I put the very first step at the first stop to be refit coal. How did I do that? Let me go ahead and delete this and we'll do it again. I just clicked on add order and I chose refit. And then under refit, I changed from auto to coal. And I made it match whatever the name of our route was. And then I just dragged this particular order up above the load order so that before it goes to load coal, we're going to set that truck to only haul coal. And I think that reset things for us. So now we're pretty safe. This truck will never pick up iron ore. Now, for the route that had a bunch of them already with the wrong ore, I had to find a way to get rid of that ore. Let's look and see if it was this guy. Yeah, it is. So I had a bunch of trucks that were supposed to be carrying iron. They were carrying coal, and they had nowhere to unload the coal. So what I did for those routes is I just added a temporary third stop. So if I go into edit here, you can see I did the whole refit. Made it iron ore in this case because this route is supposed to be delivering iron. But in order to get the coal out of the truck, I couldn't find a command or anything to just dump the ore or get rid of the coal that we didn't want. So I added a stop here to this route where they could just unload whatever they had. And it would most likely be coal is the only thing that station's going to accept. So I just added this just to clear out the trucks that had coal. And it looks like for iron ore to Somersville, they're all carrying iron now. That's just what we want. So I can actually get rid of this third stop. We don't want trucks going there anyway. It just wastes time. So we'll update that route and save it. So that's all good. And then I suppose I should check these real quick. I can just click on one truck from each route and just make sure that they only have 2 stops. I don't think the wood trucks were involved in this problem, but I'm just going to go through these. I'm looking real quick just to see if we have any that have 3 stops, because that 3rd stop I added was just a temporary thing to kind of clean things up. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, here's another one that needed it. So iron to Amana colonies. These trucks were filled with coal, but I can see they all have iron now, so we don't need this 3rd stop. Go ahead and edit this route, take that last stop off, save it, and we should be good there. Let's see if there's any more. There's only one more to check. So we're good, and we're good. And hopefully we won't see any more of these messages come up. This one was from 2 days ago. Let's just double check that guy. I think we're probably good. So this is iron ore to Amana colonies. It's going to go to Newport Beach Northeast and pick up iron. That's all good. We've got plenty of iron. And then it's going to unload it here at Amana colonies North. Let's go ahead and click there. And that is indeed where we need the iron. So I think we're in good shape. We've got one more truck here in the garage that I had sent to the garage while we were debugging this whole problem. Let's see. It doesn't have any ore. Let's get this thing going. Yeah, I just can let this guy out, and I think we're going to be fine. He'll automatically get set to only carry wood just from the route. Is going to do that for us. So we're here. We'll check our coal mines. Everything looks good there. We've got iron ore. We moved some trucks around on routes when we were first troubleshooting this last episode. So I'm just going to, at the top of this episode, let's go through the towns, see how we're doing at meeting the existing needs. And then along the way, let's see if we can find a place to ship our newly created iron bars. So we'll start at the top of the map here at Summersville. Let's check how we're meeting the demands. Okay, we're awful on iron ore. And we're awful on stone. We don't have stone. We can't get it until we buy more territory. And we have cash accumulating here, but we don't have enough to buy another territory. We do have enough to shore up this iron shipping. So I may have taken a couple trucks off of here. So we're safe to do the same thing. Let's add a few trucks to this line. Super easy. Head over to the garage again. Boom, do our copy paste routine. Let's do 3 trucks. Buy those. I guess I just hit buy, or I can hit release all. And off they will go. So that should shore up our awful line here. Let's look at the coal is good, but while we've got the cash, let's shore that up and see if we can't get it to excellent. Because we do, again, we've got some cash on us. So let's spend it. I've got the coal freight station selected. Let's add some more cars here. Boom. Boom. Release those. So that should be Summersville. Should be happier and more profitable than it was before we first saw it. Let's check out Amana colonies. Iron ore, same situation. Wood planks we're not making yet. We do have the ability to do that, so that may be the next factory we set up. Let's fix this problem, though. Let's get 3 more trucks on iron ore for Amana colonies. We'll just kind of do a little bit of cleaning up here, and hopefully it results in more profit for us. I can see we're having a little bit of backup at this freight station, so we'll have to think about that. Let's go into, yeah, the garage. Copy a couple more of, let's see, is it awful? Yeah, let's do 3 more. I need to let these guys go. And I'll copy one more actually. Oops, that's it. We ran through our cache. That was fast. See, we need 32. Let me go ahead and speed up the clock here to 3 times speed. And we should get that pretty fast. Right, there we go. Copy that guy. Set him loose. So that's a man on the iron. We could do 1 more or 2 more on the wood. Let's do 1 more on the wood while we're doing this kind of work. So Amana, where is our wood? That's this guy. These are wood things. Let's head to the garage. Let's copy 1. We'll wait. Boom. Set that guy loose. Maybe 1 more. Then we'll have to see if we start heading into traffic jams. I'm just going to wait. I want to buy 1 more of these wood trucks so we don't have to do this operation quite as often. There we go. We'll set that guy loose. And hopefully we'll see iron, and we've seen iron already bump up to average. Hopefully those will move up to good or excellent at some point. Okay, now we've got this 40. We got another vehicle's unprofitable. Let's take a look. I'm going to slow it down. Let's take a look at that vehicle again. We're still getting some of these messages. That's a little concerning. So this guy is carrying wood, right? This is our dude right here. Boom. Yep, that's the center of the screen. He's got wood. He's going to take it to Newport Beach, northeast. Let's double check and see if that location is the one for wood. It should be. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. No, we don't want to bring wood here, do we? For any reason? This is iron ore. There's really no reason to bring wood here, is there? Why are we doing that? Wood to Newport Beach, northeast. Why did we do that? Oh, you know why? That was our research. Remember, we needed wood for the research? We no longer need it. So that route is no longer profitable. We can take those trucks off of that. But again, we're going to have to empty that wood somewhere because they're all carrying wood. All right. Let's look at our research and see if there's something else that takes wood. Kind of another game dynamic I didn't anticipate here. Okay, here we are. Wood processing. Woodworking is locked. Can we research this? Let me just see where we're at here. No, we need manufacturing too. That's going to take iron bars. So, wow, that's interesting. I wonder how we get rid of, you know, the cargo. Once you're done supplying to a certain location, like we no longer need, laboratory no longer needs wood. We've got a warehouse that's full of it. Now I've got trucks full of it. I wonder what the best way is to unload that wood. Let's see. Newport Beach Northeast. There's the trucks. Let's kill all this off. We've got 3 trucks in this situation right now that have a bunch of wood on them. Why don't we send these guys to the garage? And our little garage doesn't seem like it holds many trucks either. So let's do this. Let's go to individual route and then send this guy to the garage. So basically we're just resetting this truck. And it says moving to depot. Let's grab these other ones and do the same thing. I'm going to set it to individual route because we no longer need this wood to Newport Beach route. And we'll send that truck to the depot as well. Now, I'm not sure if this garage is only going to hold 2 or not. Let's build another one. Let's take that last truck that is delivering wood to Newport Beach Northeast. Assign it to individual route. Send it to the garage. And so those 3 are all moving to depot. One of them's already made it. So let's take a look. Here's our garage. Now, does this guy still have the wood? Does, right? 5 units of wood. There's got to be a way to get rid of that. I'll have to look that up online, see if I can find a way to do it. We could just put it on a route that needs wood temporarily. But I'm wondering if there is a way. What if I do skip current order? I think it still keeps the... yeah, I think it still keeps its cargo. Not sure how you dump that out. Anyway, we've got 3 trucks that can deliver wood sitting in the garage. Let's close that. Let's pick another research. And then it looks like we may need a warehouse to store some iron so that, or maybe we can bring it to the transfer station. Look at this. We got a bit of a backup here. These guys are all fetching iron. Just watch this for a second. I'll add up the speed. I want to see if the warehouse is going to have enough. Looks like it, or the iron mine is enough to keep these guys happy. Looks like it is. Tell that's not optimal. All right. Here goes the coal. And eventually when this coal fills up, we're going to have a bunch of trucks that are delivering coal that are on an unprofitable route. So you can see, we're starting to see some of the dimensions of the game. Some things you need to manage. Pretty cool, actually. Why don't we put another warehouse here to store iron? Let's do that. Build this guy. Is it warehouse? Yeah. We don't... Oh, we have the cash. Let's rotate this guy. And as long as it's within range of that our single transfer station, but maybe we want to do something a little different. Maybe... Yeah, let's see. I'm thinking what we're going to want to do. Let me just show you. I think we want to put a road in here somewhere along like this, so that we can prevent that backup that we saw over here. So let's put a freight station down. I kind of want it within range of the laboratory. It's like this, but I want it as far away as possible, but still in range. I'm just kind of experimenting with designs here. Well, it can reach a really good long way. So let's put it here. Boom. And this is going to supply whatever we research, whatever the material is for research. This is going to be the new stop for that. So let's go into research and pick something. And we know we've got the iron bars just waiting. So let's start new research. Let's see. That needs copper ore. We can't do anything with that. Gasoline engine needs iron ore. That's a good candidate. That's going to allow us to upgrade our vehicles. It might not be a bad idea to do this one. And in fact, it may be able to just use the iron ore that's nearby. Let's start the research in that and see if the laboratory is able to just get going. Yeah. Cool. So it's going to cost us some cash. We've got plenty. That is on its way. We'll hold off on using this research station. I mean, this, I'm sorry, this freight station. But we'll use this next time to provide materials to the laboratory. Next time we research in it where it needs a material it can't get to. Right now it can get to the iron, so we're in good shape there. Those trucks that have the wood, I'm a little confused about what the best way is to get rid of these guys. I suppose we could set up a route that all it does is unloads wood, like over here at Amana Colonies West. Let's see. Let's grab this guy and do an individual route. We'll edit it. Add a stop. Let's see if we can just dump off this excess wood. We'll go here. We will unload. And then I wish I could add a... Let's see, add a stop. Can I go to the garage? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Let's just do this and see what happens. Let's save this as... I'm going to call it temp so we can easily see it when we want to delete it. That's not, I'm running out of characters. That's why I'm deleting from the end there so I can get the full word temp written in here on the route. This is just going to be super temporary. And let's let that truck go. And I'm curious to see what happens. So we'll follow this. I'll lock the camera on there by clicking the follow vehicle button, and we can speed up the time here. We don't need to sit, but I'm wondering what happens when this truck drops off the wood. Okay, he just sits there. He just sits there and waits. Fair enough. Let's, I'm going to turn off this route. And I'm going to send him back to the garage. And let's hope he makes his way there. Okay, it says moving to depot. You can follow him in. Oh, did he make it? Car 47. Yeah, it made it back. All right. And maybe, you know, these cars that haul wood, maybe it's not the end of the world that they have some wood on them anyway. We'll just get them assigned to, we're going to assign them to a route that needs wood. So we can just leave those there for now. And maybe that's the way around it. You use some trucks to temporarily ship resources to the research lab area. And then once the research is done and you no longer need those researches, you no longer need that wood or the resource, you just reassign those trucks to a better route. All right, business went bankrupt. That's fine. That's the stone factory. It just disappears because we don't have stone on our map yet. We'll get it. Eventually we will buy into that. Is that there? Is that stone? Oh no, that guy needs iron. Somewhere on the map there's a stone deposit. There's more wood. There's more iron. Can't really see too far. There's sand. We don't have sand either yet. And that'll be a consideration for where we choose to expand. I'm zoomed out all the way I can, so I can't see any more than you guys see on the screen now. Somewhere on the map there's some stone. There it is, stone. So who knows? Maybe we choose to expand in this area. Looks like we get a town as well. But it's pretty pricey. We're not there yet. In fact, I may pay off a little bit more debt. Boom. Get it down to 500 grand. Just slowly chip away at that. All right. The next thing we may want to look at and just double check and see if there's anywhere to get rid of the iron. Here we go. We've got iron bars that are needed here. Now, are we within range? Doesn't look like it. No, we need to put down let's pause it. Let's go ahead and look to supply some iron bars over to this factory here. We know how to do that. Let's put down a freight station. That's within range. Drop that guy down. Now we need to buy some trucks. We probably need quite a few. And we might want to get, let's see, we've got, oh yeah, we've got a station already set up over here. There's our iron bars, 115 in the warehouse. There is our freight station where we can pick them up. So let's go set up that route and get some trucks on it. We can buy a truck. Oh, how far are we on the research? Not too far yet. Eventually we're going to replace these trucks. I don't want to wait though. Let's keep going. Got the car selected. Let's do our new route. This time we're going to pick up from here. In fact, let's see, before we do that, can we specify? Okay, it's already set to auto. So we're gonna have to do this in the route, I guess. And this I'm referring to is making sure that it doesn't pick up the wrong resource. So let's go do that again. Add stop. Come here. We will load it. And then before there, I'm going to add an order to refit and make sure this guy only picks up or ever hauls these iron bars. Then we'll add a stop, and we want the iron bars over to our new freight station here in Amana Colonies. Boom. Unload. That looks good. We'll save it. Iron bar. To Amana Colonies south. It's not letting me type. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and release this guy only. So it says looking for trouble. That's usually not a good sign. Okay, there it is. Heading for Havers West. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to pause the game again because we want to buy another one just like that. Set that one on its way. Then do the same thing. Select it. Get that guy on his way. Go ahead and play so it gets out of there. Pause one more time. Let's copy. Oops, we don't have the cache. Let's go ahead and hit play. We'll let this thing run at double speed. Okay, we're saving, so there's a little bit of lag here while we save. Okay, I managed to click the car. Let's see, am I going to be able to duplicate this now that I got the cache? Copy. Not enough money. Let's see, once we get up to 32,865, hopefully it'll let me copy this. All right, boom, nice. Select that one and get him going too. So now let's get rid of all these dialogues that have popped up. We'll take a look at either one of the freight stations and we can just verify how many we got. So we've got 4 trucks sending iron bars over to Amana Colonies. Let's take a look. Should be coming through here and delivering iron bars. Let's go to triple speed. And we should see a little pop-up with that first delivery saying we got a deal or something. Hey, there we go. Boom. All right. We have a deal. Industrial Building 2 has received the first supply of iron bars. Awesome. All right. We had a couple businesses go bankrupt. We don't see the vehicle unprofitable things anymore. Any of these messages. That was from December 5th. We're in March now. So I think we solved that problem. A little tricky. Now we've got more problems to solve, right? We know we've got congestion issues that are starting to creep up here at around the iron mine. We're set up, I think, pretty good to support the research. We click on the laboratory. We're chewing away at that. There's 75 cycles. We're 53 through. And then we'll be able to purchase faster trucks and then slowly maybe replace out our old ones. I'm going to accumulate some more cash before we pay down debt. We are down to 500 grand, which is good. And then as we've seen before, the amount of loan that we can take keeps increasing gradually, right? It started out at $1 million we could borrow. We're now at 1.25 million that we can borrow. So that's all cool. That may come into play when we start doing the trains, or we need to, or we want to expand into another territory. We may start doing it. But we've brought our loan interest down. It was at a high, I think we got to $9,500 a month. We're now down to $5,000 a month. So that's money we can spend on expansion and not spend on interest. And we'll keep chipping away at the debt. Now you can see, I don't know if you can notice, but these cities, we connected a road to connect them all, but they're starting to grow. Like as we're supplying more materials, these are definitely starting to grow. I'm curious to see what the cash is. I'm going to slow down a little bit once we see the iron bars come. That's actually over here. I'm curious what we're getting per truckload of iron bars. So let's see if we can catch a truck coming through here and delivering those, because that's the newest product we're manufacturing. It took quite a bit of work to get that set up. Here they come. Let's watch one of these guys unload. It's going to come all the way through here and do a U-turn, because it'll only load and unload on the right side. But yeah, I'm curious to see how much money we get for one of these shipments. Not 2,000, that's not bad. I think for the other ones, we're getting around 1,200. Is that right? Let's just keep our eyes peeled and see if there's another delivery about to take place here. This guy's doing his U-turn. He's probably going to drop off coal. Let's see what we get for the coal. And then we'll wrap this episode. Got a little fountain here. Looks kind of nice. So this guy's unloading coal. What do we get for a load of coal these days? 1,700. All right. Not too bad. We're making some cash. All right, let's wrap this episode here. We completed some research. We're starting to deliver our first manufactured product, which is the iron bars. We learned that some of these routes, if they're just being used to feed the research lab, eventually they're going to become unprofitable, because as the resource isn't needed anymore, your trucks are still going to keep trying to ship it. So you just got to kind of be aware of that. Fortunately, we get a warning message that pops up at the top of the screen. And speaking of messages at the top of the screen, we just completed our gasoline engine research. We'll take a look at that probably next episode. And then maybe as we buy new trucks, we will always pick the newest model, and then we'll slowly pair off the old ones. We won't get much money for them, but we'll get some money. We'll replace some of the older truck lines. Very cool. I hope you're enjoying this journey with me on Voxel Tycoon. It's been a little bumpy, but we're learning as we go. We've got a profitable enterprise in place here. We are expanding. Our towns are growing. We can kind of see that visually. We're bringing in a decent amount of income. We're up to 238,000, 239,000 a month. That's not too shabby from where we started, but it's going to get a lot bigger. We've got a lot of map that we haven't touched. We've only made one product, so we got to start thinking about the next one, which might be this one right here. What is that? Wood beams, and then we got wood planks over here, and I think we've got the means to make that happen. So we'll dig into that in the episodes to come. For now, this is Glidercat saying again, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.